body. So just a few stretches, and then we do have a few more intense pieces in the class, which we'll introduce a bit later, and we'll just move along from there. Okay, if you'd like to grab a pillow from your couch, or if you're in your home studio, maybe you've got a little yoga block, feel free. If you just need to sit your hips up a little, if you know your lower back is tight, maybe your hamstrings are tight, please feel free to just pop yourself on a block, and then you'll be using that block or pillow a little bit later in the class. So here we go. Big inhale up. And it's so good to see you guys. And exhale, come down. One more like that. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now we're just going to go forward here, and you're just going to go wherever is comfortable for you. So I'm just leaning into it a little bit, and I'm just going to take one arm, and I'm just going to slide down the wall or the floor a little and bring it back. Other side. Reach down. So I'm just reaching my arms back and forth and sliding forward. And as I slide forward, I'm just going to rotate my spine a little bit, just one arm at a time, nice and gentle. You should feel that nice stretch through the back of the hamstrings, just mobilizing the spine. Everybody okay so far? We're just going to reach. Now you might feel you can open your legs perhaps a little wider, and maybe your arms are sliding down the floor a little bit further now. Maybe your rotation of your spine is a little more active, and we'll just do a couple more there. So just waking up the body. And release. Good job. Shake those legs out a little bit. We're just going to come into a side position, so side mermaid. Now, you all know side mermaid from being on your reformer. So if I'm facing you, so my right leg is bent, left leg is behind me. So one leg, one hip is an external rotation. My back leg is in internal rotation. Not the most comfortable position sometimes, but functional movement, right? We kind of need to go there. If it's a little uncomfortable, take your pillow, and you can always just pop your hip on top of the pillow if you need to do that. It might just give you a little lift. Your low back will feel a little better perhaps, and if you don't need it, that's fine. So we're going to bring the arms out. And I'm just going to lean over to the right side, very gentle. I'm going to lift up and over and go to the left side. We're just going to go back and forth like that a few times. Inhale into the left side of the rib. And as you lift up and over, ladies, I want you to imagine you're in between two panes of glass. So I'm not really leaning forward, I'm lifting up and out of the waist. And we'll just do a couple more there. Exhale to lift. Inhale as you come over, maybe come over a little further now. Hold that breath. Breathe into the left side of your rib. And exhale and lift between those two panes of glass. So you should feel a little bit of work there through your obliques. Now we're going to come down. I'm going to turn towards that front leg. So turning towards my right leg. And I'm just going to come down into a half pigeon pose. So super gentle here. If you know you're really flexible and strong, you can always lengthen out your back leg and come up on your knee. I'm just going to stay here for now. And again, we're just going to take 3 breaths, yeah? So we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to pull the abdominals off your thigh. So pull the abdominals off the front thigh. And inhale. And exhale, pull the abdominals, scoop them up, right up and off the top of your thigh. And last time, inhale. Into the back of the rib and exhale and scoop the abdominals off your thigh. And then come up for a moment. And we'll just kind of do a little bit of an arc here for 1 second. So it's almost as if you're lifting your heart center right up to your ceiling. And release. We're just going to shake those legs out. We're just going to go to the other side for a moment. And release. So we're just going to do the exact same thing now on the other side. So now my left leg is bent. And again, you can get your prop, your pillow, yoga block, anything that might lift you up if you feel you need that. And we're here. And my right arm is going to come up and over and through 2 panes of glass. So 2 panes of glass. I lift up and out of the waist. You can hang onto your right leg there to pull you over a little more and inhale. Now, as you inhale now, try to open up that right side of the rib and lift up and over. And again, I wish I could hear your voices. And lift up and over. And that's 3. And we'll do 1 more. And lift up and over, just like you're right in between those 2 panes of glass. And release. And we'll just do a quick pigeon on this side now. So turning once again. My left leg is in front and bent. Again, you can extend your back leg if you choose. I'm going to keep mine bent just for a gentle stretch and come down into a modified pigeon. Just feeling lately, we're all going through so much with this coronavirus. And breathing here, ladies, inhaling into the back of the rib cage and exhaling, scooping the belly off the thigh. And things often feel like they're out of our control. And the one thing we can control, I think, is taking care of ourselves. If it's just an hour a day, we can control our breath and we can control our movement. So that makes me feel very empowered. And just being gentle with your body, because we're all under such a lot of stress coming up now. And that stress has to go somewhere, right? It usually lives in our nervous systems and our fascia line. And so just being gentle with yourself this Friday morning. So just to end here before we go down to the mat, I'm going to lean back a little, widen my legs, and I'm just going to window wipe from side to side. So that still keeps with that theme we just did when we did the mermaid and pigeon, where one leg is in internal rotation while the other is in external. So just again, that functional movement for our hips, right? And for our legs to be able to move and pivot around our pelvis. So easy for those areas just to get so tight and locked up, especially at this time. We carry so much of our emotions in the belly of our pelvis. So just really rotate that leg right in and right out. And last time, right in and right out, and release and shake that out. Okay, ladies, when you are ready, get your pillow or your yoga block, if you need it, at your head. I'm going to be using my block. And then you're going to take your band, and we're going to be going down to the mat now for quite a while. So with your band, you can wrap it around once. Don't wrap it around a lot. Just wrap it around once. If you do more than that, it often creates a lot of tension, and then you end up buckling your wrist. So just nice amount of tension. You're just going to pull that band once to make sure you're comfortable with where your tension is. You can always change it once we lie down, and make sure that your wrists do not buckle in the work. So I'm just going to turn to the side now. Bring your heels together, toes apart. My band's all good to go, and I'm going to roll myself down. Good, and bend my legs. Excellent. So we're going to be working on some lats and some interior and exterior serratus. So lats and serratus. And hopefully you can all see me. Hopefully that's okay. Good. Okay. So back is nice and long on the mat. Hopefully your head is supported if you need it. And my band is over the center of my breast. So not up here, over the center of the breast, right? So you want to hit that serratus muscle. So you don't want to be too up here. So over the center of your breast. We're just going to expand the band and release. Now, if you'd like a little more tension, now's the time to do that if you choose, or you might be comfortable where you are. Fingers can be long, or you can make a fist, but make sure your wrist is nice and straight. And get the feeling that you're leading with your pinky. Think of how the pinky feeds into your armpit, and then the armpit feeds into your lats, right? Feel how that pinky sort of feeds into the rib cage a little bit too. And we'll just do 4 more right there. Again, just working at your own pace and your own amount of tension. The scapula should feel like it's sliding down the back and rotating and hugging the rib cage as you extend the band. And release. Just bring the arms down for 1 second for a bit of a break. Now, right here, ladies, we're going to go into tabletop. So I just want you to tuck your tail under, tuck your tailbone up to your nose, and send it the other way. One more time, tuck your tailbone, exaggerate it right up to your nose, and then curl it the other way. Now, come into neutral pelvis. Take an inhale, take an exhale, and just drop that rib cage right down. Good. Take another exhale and pull those abdominals away from your clothing, so away from the fabric of your top, and hold that brace. So you're bracing your spine with your core muscles. Now, nothing changes with that brace. As you exhale, lift one leg into tabletop, and another exhale, brace, and lift the other leg into tabletop. Good. We'll come back to the arms. The band is floating over the center of the breast. I'm going to stretch the band now and drop the left leg down into a toe tap and release, alternating toe taps. Now try to move from your hip and not your knee. So moving from the hip. So I'm alternating toe taps as I stretch my band. Alternating toe taps as I stretch the band. Exhale. Good. Now remember that brace you created in your spine. If you feel it's too much to touch down to the floor, then don't do it. Just go as far as you can go where you know you still have the quality of that brace, yeah? You can feel it when you come out of it because your ribs lift and your back starts to take over. So just drop to whatever feels good for you and make sure you're moving from the hip and don't change the shape of your knee. 2 more like that. And exhale as you stretch and drop. Last time, exhale, stretch and drop. Now we're going to bring one leg down and the other leg down. Now, ladies, stay where you are. Stay with the band. We're not done yet. Bring your knees into your chest and just roll that around for 1 second. And stay there for me. Just stay there with that stretch. I'm going to come up, but I want you to stay where you are. And I just want to quickly show you the next exercise with the band because it might be hard to see from the floor. So in a moment, you'll go into a diagonal. So you'll be here, you'll still be on your back. So you'll be you've gone from a horizontal to a diagonal. and your arm will be this way. So you're going to open up and down, bring it back, twist it, up and down. So one arm will come up, one arm will come down, twist it, up and down. So you're just kind of working on a diagonal line. Yeah, so I'm going to go back down to the mat now. Legs are bent. And let's just try that diagonal. So we're going to start with a horizontal. My left arm is going to come down to you. My right arm's just above my shoulder. And I'm going to open the band up almost on a kayak sort of a plane, yeah? On that horizontal, on that angular plane. And I bring it back and switch. So I'm just working on a diagonal plane. So we'll just do a few more like that till everybody's got that. And let's just do a couple more. Diagonal plane. Actually feels quite nice, and you can feel your obliques kind of catching just to support that. And come back to center. Now from this position, you're going to get rid of your head support because now we're going to bridge our hips. So get rid of your pillow. You're going to exhale, lift your hips up, feet are hip width apart, and your heels are right under your kneecaps. Now again, I'm going to twist my band so it's on a diagonal plane, and my left arm will come down, my right arm will reach up, and I'm going to go back to that diagonal stretch with my band. And we've got 8. Good. And anytime you feel you want to choke up on the band and get a little more tension on the band, feel free. It's almost like you're just in a kayak and you're just paddling. So it's that sort of an angular reach. Good. And remember, fingers are nice and long, palms are nice and neutral. Try to lift more with your hip than your rib. So you could even drop the rib a little and see if you can lift a little more from your hips. Last one. And now come back to that straight on horizontal line. Yeah? So now my band is straight. It's right over the breast. Little bit of tension on the band. We're going to exhale. We're going to lift the left leg into tabletop and bring it down. And anchor, lift the right leg into tabletop and bring it down. Excellent, nice and slow. Now you're bracing with the band. That's giving you a little bit of a brace through the upper body. You're bracing with your obliques and that pelvis. So we want to keep that pelvis nice and quiet. So keep those bones nice and quiet. Exhale. Good. Keep that tension on the band for that good upper body work. There's always a side that we tend to roll a little bit more with. And as you lift your left leg, brace with your right oblique. As you lift your right leg, brace with your left oblique. So think of the opposing rib cage, holding and stabilizing your pelvis in place. We've just got 2 more. Good, now we're going to hold it there. We're going to do little pulses with the hips, little pulses and little extensions with the band. So pulse. So I'm pulsing my band, pulsing my hips, pulsing my band, pulsing my hips. Again, make sure the ribs nice and heavy and try to lift more with the pelvis than the rib cage. It's just so easy in a bridge to thrust up the rib when really what we want to do is bring the rib down and lift a little more from the actual hip itself. Send your heels away. Yeah, so that will give you a bit more of a connection. Let's just do 2 more. And release and come all the way down. Whew, it's tiring. Bring your knees into your chest again, ladies. And we can just do little circles with those legs. Just immobilizing your sacroiliac. and release. Okay, so bring your head back onto your pillow if you're using your pillow. I know I certainly need it these days. I need that little bit of neck support. Now we're going to go into footwork. This is a kind of an older move we would do years ago. I loved it. When you can't get onto a reformer, it is a way that you actually can do a little bit of footwork. So we're going to do that today, and hopefully that won't be too difficult to follow along. So you're going to take your band, and I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to place my toes into my band. I'm going to come into my froggy position, which you're all very comfortable with. So my toes are slightly apart, heels are together, and I've made a little V, yeah? So I'll just wait till everybody's there. Make sure that the band is comfortable across your feet, because if you catch one of your toes, you know, if it's not evenly weighted, it's not that comfortable, but you'll know when you've got it. And you're in your little V, your toes are apart, your heels are together, yeah? You'll look pretty good there. Now I'm going to take the hand that's opposite you, and I'm going to bring my palm towards my body. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm holding my band as is, yeah? So my palm is towards my thigh, and I'm just going to take hold of my band like so. Do that on the other side, and now bring your elbows right into your waist. So now I have a little bit of work through my biceps, my triceps, and my whole arm is having to brace that position. But we'll just start right here, bring the legs into a little bit of a higher shape than a tabletop. And I'm going to exhale, leave the arms where they are, and extend my legs. And bring it back. And exhale, good. Almost feels like footwork, but you're a little higher up in the air. Don't let the legs get too low, because that's all gonna go into your back, but you just know where it feels good. So it's like I'm sort of reaching my toes to the corner of my ceiling where the wall meets the ceiling. And exhale. That looks really good, ladies. Good. Now keep your elbows nice and tight. Don't let your wrists move. Don't let your hands move. Don't let your lower arm move. You're going to brace with your upper body. So you get a nice contraction through the biceps, through your lats. They're stabilizing as you work through your feet. And if you're in a good position, your toes should actually feels quite nice on the band. I'm in a boot, so I'm not able to do that, but sometimes I do take it off, and I know it does feel quite nice to feel those feet stretched into the band. And we'll just do one more. And exhale. Good. Now, just like on a reformer, bend your legs just a little. I'm going to stay right here. I'm just going to open my heels. Yeah? So now I'm in my high half toe. Again, readjust yourself if you need to. So it's just like I've got my toes on the reformer bar. Now, if you'd like a little more, we can lift up into flexion, so we can exhale, lift the head and shoulders, look out over the knees, and I can push out again. So now I'm in flexion. If that's not comfortable for you, just bring the head back down to the mat. And we've got a set of 10 or so just on the toes. And again, if you'd like a little more tension on your band, feel free to choke up a little bit if that's what you choose. Nice big exhale. And every time you push out and exhale, I want you to think your abdominals, the skin on your belly is lifting away from the fabric of your shirt, of your top. Pull it away from your clothing. And last one, exhale, good. And take a break. Now we're going to go into our heels. So you may just need to, one last position, you may just need to rejig bend a little bit if it's scrunched up. So go back to the beginning, and you're just going to make a little pocket for your heels. Now your feet can be together if that's comfortable for you. If not, you can keep them slightly apart. And again, I'm going to take my hand, my palm, right onto the thigh, and that's kind of where that's how I'm gonna hold my band. Yeah? So your wrists are nice and neutral. Again, I'm gonna push down with my elbows, and I'm just gonna push out and bring it in. So now I'm on my heels. So I'm pushing through my heels, just like I would on the reformer, with my toes pulled up to my nose. So that's really getting me into my hamstrings. Good. Hopefully this is working for you. Again, every time you push out, exhale, and pull. Pull that skin, pull that belly skin away from your clothing, away from the fabric of your top. Pull those muscles away. Good. If your back is getting a little sore, lift the legs a little higher. And again, if you choose, you can always be in flexion, right? So now I've got my head and shoulders lifted up. So it's a lot more work. So you choose. It's your time. And last two. Inhale to bend. Exhale, push. And exhale, push. And release. Okay, ladies, keep your bend now. Pull your knees into your chest for a second if you need to. Keep your band now on the leg that faces me. So it's my right, it's your left. So you're going to keep the band on the leg that faces me. Yeah? You're going to cross your band over. Yeah? And you're going to hold the band just the way you did before, palm facing the thigh, and you're going to re-anchor your elbows into the side of the waist, creating a contraction through your biceps. Again, bring your shoulders back and down. Now your other leg, your free leg, can be slightly bent if that's more comfortable, or it can be straight. That's a lot more of a load on my back. So I'm going to just bend mine slightly. And I'm going to exhale, I'm going to pull down and up. So it's almost like a straight leg lift, yeah? A single leg lift. Shh. Good, and it feels really nice. You get that lovely stretch through the front of the hip. You can point and flex if it's comfortable. Flex on the way up, and we point down. Flex on the way up, and we point down, and it's lovely to see you guys moving. I love it. And we'll do 3 more like that. And point down, flex up, your pelvis is nice and quiet. And last one, and stay right there for me. Good. Now take your band and bring it to your outside arm. So it's my left arm, it would be your right arm. So I'm going to take the band into my opposite arm, yeah? So I'm holding on the opposite side. And then we're going to go into some single leg circles. And again, if you choose, you can straighten your other leg or keep it slightly bent. Okay, so my leg is going to cross my body. So it's going to cross over my other leg. It's going to come down and around and up. And exhale, down and around and up. Exhale, down and around and up. Exhale, down and around and up. And we've got a couple more like this. Good, and again, I'm still getting quite a lot of work in that opposing bicep. And release, and just hold it there, ladies. Now we're going to go the other way. The leg is going to go away from my center line, down and around and up. So I'm just circling the other way. Super simple. And again, my elbow is locked down at my waist. My bicep is contracted, holding onto the band. and my wrist is neutral. Good, and we'll go 2 more. Shh. Good. Now, I've just looked at my screen and I've got 8 umbrellas. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And I don't even know if you can still see me. Maybe, Linda, you can come on and just let me know what's going on. And last one.
Yeah, it's just Andrea's screen is umbrellas and hers popped up for some reason.
Oh, I see.
It's okay. We'll
Okay, bring both knees into your chest, ladies. Bring both knees into your chest. And just roll a little bit from side to side. And as I'm sure you've probably all noticed by now, being on the mat in many ways is a lot more challenging than being on the reformer, depending on what level reformer you're at, of course. But the mat's hard work. Good. Okay. Now we're just going to simply change legs and we'll be done with this section. So now I'm putting my band on the opposite leg. So it's the leg furthest away from you, furthest away from the camera. So it's my left, it'll be your right. Yeah. Now I'm going to cross my band. Again, take hold of the band with palms facing towards my body, anchor my biceps down, and I'm just simply going to lift and lower. My other leg is bent, a little easier on the back. If you have no back issues, you can straighten that leg. A little harder now for me to stay neutral, a little harder to keep that spine, that core locked in. So your choice. Good. And we did about 10 here. Nice to see you all again. Point and flex. Flex on the way up, point on the way down. Flex up and point down. Should feel really good. And exhale. And just really enjoying that opening on the front of the hip and that stretch through the hamstring. Last one. And release. Good. Now I'm going to take both sides of the band, again, into the hand now that faces you. So you'll be working on your right leg, left hand. I'm left leg, right hand. So I'm just going to anchor down like so. Yeah? I'm going to stretch my other leg away just a little. I'm going to cross the body with that right leg. I'm going to come down and around and through. Inhale, exhale, down and around and through. Now, how big you make your circles, it's the same principle as reformer. It's whatever is available to you. So any clicking, popping, just doesn't feel good. Just make it a little smaller. And we really want to make sure we're stabilizing with that pelvis. This is the last one. And keeping the rib cage nice and quiet. We'll go the other way now. Take the leg away from the center of the body. Down and around and up. Good. Down and around and up. Good. Inhale, exhale. Shh. And shh. Good. And how braced can you be through your core? Good. And we've got 3 more. If you had a little cup of tea on your low belly, would it be spilling around? Or is it nice and still? And this is the last one. And release. Good. Again, ladies, just bring the knees in. Move from side to side, maybe making little circles with the knees, with the kneecaps. Just taking a little bit of a stretch through the lower back. Okay, so we're going to be, let's just take that off for a second. We're going to be coming up now onto our side. Whew. And we're going to be doing a little bit of abdominals. So everybody good there? You can see me? So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing our crisscross for 4 and then a straight leg crisscross for 4. Yeah? So shake your legs out for a second. And we'll go back down to the mat and hopefully you'll be able to see me. So when you're ready, we're going to roll back down to the mat. My hands are behind my head. One leg is in tabletop, other leg's in tabletop. So I'm going to do my crisscross. So I'm going to twist to you. I'm crossing to you. Yeah, so I'm bringing my opposite elbow to the opposite hip. I'm twisting to you. You're hopefully twisting to me. We're going to change to the other side for 4 and change. Nice and slow. Hold. Good. And 2 more like that. Nice and slow. Hold and change. Nice and slow. Hold. Good. Come to center. Both legs up. Now we're going to do a straight leg version for 4. So as I twist to you, my back leg will fall away. So now it's a straight leg. I'm going to twist, change legs. So it's a scissor leg with a crisscross. Make sense? And now we're going to go back to tabletop. Twist. So back to the original crisscross for 4. This is almost over. Good. And twist. Now go straight leg. Twist to me. Back leg drops. And 4. So now I'm doing my crisscross with a scissor leg. Good. Are you good for one more round, or does that feel like too much? It's good? Are we good? Let's do one more round. Inhale, exhale, curl it up. Twist to me. Your right leg is away. And so 2 more twists. We're going 4 and 4. Come back to me. Both legs are up. Twist to me. Your back leg is away. And you're into your crisscross with a scissor. Last one. And release. And come down. Whew. Okay, so now we're going to come up onto our side. We're going to do a little bit of side leg work with our band. So ladies, take your band and you're going to bring it onto your right leg. And my position's going to be here. So I'll just wait for you to get set up there. So I'm on my left elbow. My right leg has the band up in the air, and my left arm is nice and tight to my side. So again, I'm getting that good solid contraction through my bicep. Keep your elbow nice and tight to the body, and your wrist is completely neutral. Now I am sitting back off my hip a little, so I'm not stacked. I'm a little back off my hip, so that's fine. And I'm going to exhale, bring it down and up and down and up. And hopefully you can all feel that contraction in the bicep. If you're not comfortable, just lighten the tension off your band. Good. So a little bit of inner, outer thigh, a lot of work for the biceps and triceps. Try to sit up and out of your waist so you get a little bit of work through your obliques. And we'll go 5. So doing about 15. Good. Last 2. Whew. Last 1. And release. Now, just come up for me. You're going to take that band off that right leg and you're going to put it on your bottom leg. So this is my right, it'll be your left. So you're going to put the band on your bottom leg. Yeah? You're going to cross your band and take it into the same top arm. And I'm here like so. My leg is a slight bend in it, and I'm going to lift up and down. Now, as I come down, again, I don't let the arm go with it, right? My arm staying right tucked into my waist. So again, that's a lot of work for the upper body on that side. Right into the major inner thigh here, outer thigh. Hopefully you can feel that. Try to keep, as you go up and down, try to keep a really good tension on that band and try to keep your tension even. Good. Whew. And that's about 8, I think. We'll go to, let's go up to 15. So that's 10, last 5, ladies. Shh. And shh. Good, and lost count, last one, I think that's probably about 15, and release. Woo! We feeling that bicep? I know I'm feeling mine. Okay, we're gonna change sides, so keep the band where it is, and if you just simply come onto the other side of your body, you should be good to go back with your single leg lift on the opposite leg. So you shouldn't have to move around too much, just change sides. Now again, my brace is with my left hand now, right? So it's your left hand, good. And see, I've got a really good brace there on that bicep, good. And try to sit right up and out of your opposite shoulder, your opposite rib cage. Exhale. Really pull the abdominals away from your fabric, from your top, from your shirt. Pull it away, like you're just trying to keep the skin of the belly off your clothing the whole time you're doing your class. Good, shoulder back and down. And we were trying to do roughly 15. I think we've got a couple more here. Good. And the last one. And release. And now I'm just going to take the band off. Quickly put the band on the bottom leg. Super easy, just put it over the bottom foot. I'm going to hold with my opposite hand again. Going to bend my back leg, bend my front leg just a little, and I'm coming up and down. And you are off your thigh, off your hip a little, so you're not completely stacked. Yeah? So now I'm back into my inner thigh on the right leg. Try to keep that tension. Try to keep that wrist nice and strong so you feel that work through the upper body, through the biceps. 2 more for 10, and then we've got 5. Good. Exhale. Good. And again, always lifting the muscles off your top. Good. And I think we're coming up to our last 2. Good. And release. Excellent. So ladies, you're going to take your band now, just put it to one side. We're going to roll that down. So when you come to the end of your mat, we're always going to roll down with a roll down. And we're going to go into that same abdominal crisscross, okay? And we'll maybe do 4, 4, and 4. So when you're ready, so we'll do about 12. So we're here, we're going to roll down to the mat, bring the legs into tabletop, hands behind the head. I'm going to exhale, curl up into flexion, and you're going to twist to me. I'm going to twist to you. Take your opposite leg away, your right leg away. And we're going to twist like this for 4. And 3, 2, 1. Come to the center. Both legs are straight. Twist to me, and your right leg will fall away. So now you're twisting with a scissor. Back to a bent leg. Good. 2 more. We're doing 4 and 4. Good. Come to center. 2 legs are straight. Twist to me. Back leg away. So I'm back into my scissor. Shh. Shh. Let's do 1 set. Bent leg. Tabletop. Regular crisscross. Last time. Back to center. 2 legs are up. Opposite leg away as you twist to me. And last two. And release. Whew, just shake that out for a second. Okay. Okay, ladies, we are going to go into a little quadruped with the hand weight that hopefully you have close by. So we're just going to come up and come onto all fours. And you're just going to take one hand weight. You only need one. It can be any weight at all, yeah? And my position will be here like so in a quadruped position on all fours. And whenever you're ready, you're going to take your weight and just watch me here. I love this exercise. You're going to put it behind your kneecap. So it's right behind my kneecap, wedged in between my calf and thigh on the leg that's up closest to the camera. So again, my right, it'll be your left. And our exercise is here. Can we see that? So I've just got the weight and I'm just lifting it up a little and down a little to really wedge that in. Everybody okay with that? Cece? Wink at me if you are. Good, now it's not a high lift. Again, I want to protect my back, but I feel it instantly, which is kind of nice. I don't have to do 10,000 to feel that hamstring. Try to stay nice and neutral with your back, neutral with your pelvis. Don't arch, just lift your head a little bit there. Bob, I think it is, yeah, nice. And you're just pumping that weight up and down. Everybody okay with that? You can feel that pretty quick. And let's go 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Again, hold it up there, ladies. Little pulses. Just little pulses. Flex your foot. Press through your heel. And last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, you can really feel that, hey? And release. Okay, so hopefully you were good with that. We'll do a little bit of cat-cow in a little moment here. So we'll just take that weight now and you're going to put it through to the other leg. So you're just going to wedge that in. So it's my left, it would be your right. Yeah. Reorganizing your shoulders, your hands are under your shoulders, lift the belly, and it's just a little lift with that weight. Good. Excellent. Good. And the neck is long. Crown's reaching forward. Again, it doesn't have to be a really big lift just because you do have that weight there. It's a lot of added pressure, a lot more work for your back to brace as well because you've got that 5 pounds, perhaps it is, or 2 or 3. And we did a fairly long set here. And last 5. Good. And last one, and we're going to hold that up and tiny little pulses. Soften your elbows. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring that down. Woo! It's a good one on the hamstrings. I like that a lot. Okay. All right, ladies, we're going to go to a prone position now in a moment. Actually, let's do our cat-cow while we're here. So the weight's gone now. We've done that little piece. I'm in my hands, on my hands and knees, and I'm just going to curl like a cat up to the ceiling. And breathing now, I'm just going to go the other way so my crown and tailbone are now lifted to the ceiling. So there's a big arch in my back, and I want you to think about sending your heart forward. Send your heart forward and your shoulders down. And now drop the head. You're going to go back to your cat back, and your tailbone is reaching, really trying to reach for your nose. And inhale, exhale, we're going to go the other way. And stay for an inhale, reach your heart forward. One more time, cat back. Think about the bone of your last rib and your hip. How much space can you create between your rib and your hip bone? And we'll go back the other way. We're going to arch now. Send your heart forward. And then just come back to neutral. Round out. And make sure your band is close by. And we're just going to come into a prone position. So you're just going to come into prone hip extension now. And you're on your tummy. Good, so this will probably be our last exercise. I think, ladies, we're almost there. So you're going to take your band. Hopefully you can see me. And I've got my band like so. Now, it's not a lot of tension. And I don't have it wrapped around my wrist so much now, around my hand. And I'm in my prone position. My arms are over my head. And I've got my band with a very loose tension. And I'm just going to lengthen my body. Now, tuck your tail gently into the mat. Take an inhale. And again, tuck your tail into the mat. Inhale. And as you exhale now, I'm going to stretch the band, and I'm just going to lift a little bit, and my forehead is actually going to rest into the band. And I'm just going to come down. So, and again, tuck your tail into the mat, exhale, lift, and as I stretch the band, it just kind of naturally comes towards my forehead, and I can sort of just rest my forehead in the band and release. It feels really good. It's quite strong though. And again, exhale, tuck your tail, scoop at the belly, we lift. Open the arms, rest the forehead into the band, and we'll do one more like that. A little different. Inhale, exhale, tail is into the mat, lift and rest your forehead into the band. I'm not dropping my head, it's just a tiny shelf of support. And release and come down. Excellent work. We're going to finish with back extension. I've enjoyed teaching so much I've forgotten where I am time-wise, but I'm assuming it's probably 45 minutes. So ladies, when you're ready, you're going to bring your hands right under your shoulders. Yeah, just right under your shoulders. Move them out just a little, sort of off the side of your cheeks. We're going to open the legs a little for back stability. Inhale, lengthen your nose down the runway. You can stay there if you choose. If not, you can just lift up into a little bit more of a back extension if that's comfortable for you. Beautiful. And now just peel down one vertebra at a time, thinking again that the nose is lengthening, lengthening, lengthening down the runway. And a big inhale. And exhale. We lengthen the nose down the runway. And I just go to where I'm comfortable with my extension. And again, I lengthen it down. So I want you to think it's lengthening. Your spine is getting longer. You're reaching out of the crown of your head as you bring the body down. We'll do one more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Pubis to mat. Lift by lengthening the nose down the runway. And only then do I go into my extension and pull those muscles away from your clothing and release and come down. And last exercise here, ladies, you're going to take your hands, bring them under your forehead, and you can rest your forehead on your hands. Yeah, you can cup your hands a little if you like. Legs are somewhat together now, pretty much closed. And I'm just going to do 8 kicks. So I'm going to kick, 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 and change, and kick. So 8 kicks. So again, I'm just getting into the belly of that hamstring I just worked, and change. You can also do 4 or 3 or singles if that's more comfortable for you. And change, and let's finish with some singles. And single, 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 single. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to stretch back into a little bit of a child's pose. Just stretch out the spine. And we'll just go back to the position we started in. Is everybody okay? And I think that's probably a wrap. Big inhale and exhale, heart center. Thank you, ladies. I can't hear anybody, but
Everyone's unmuted.
Mom leaves the room, you guys look free.